Jason Reynolds, one of my favorite authors. Yep, great read. And very timely. Yep. I definitely want to read Stamp. That is on my wish list. Oh, Eric Larson, huh? I'd have to look that one up. The Vanishing Half, okay. Love those book clubs. All right, keep chatting in as you're joining us. Go ahead and chat in. What book are you reading? Or your favorite author, or your favorite children's book? And I'll get through the housekeeping just to let you know that the workshop is being recorded. They will be available up on our website at newyorkstatepta.org. And all the slide decks will be available as well. So just pop on over there and take a look. And all of you will be muted. It's very hard and disconcerting to have people come off of mute. So my friend Carol is gonna take care of that and make sure that everyone is on mute when they come on, hopefully. There you go. 1984, excellent. Yeah, Renee, we might have to talk. Yeah, definitely want to read some of those. So again, as you're joining us, go ahead and chat in your favorite book, the book that you're currently reading, your favorite author, or your favorite children's book that you just finished with your child, because this next 50 minutes is talking all about literacy and reading and fun stuff. And again, the housekeeping slide is up, so just take a quick look at that. My name is Paige Pye. I am the literacy specialist for New York State PTA. I am also the PARP chairperson for Genesee Valley PTA. So I do wear a few different hats. I am a mother of 3, and they are actually grown, and one is married, and I'm going to be a grandma soon. So just prayers all around for that. So I like to keep going, and I love chat. I definitely want to see your ideas in there, and what you're reading and all that fun stuff. I do like to start with book talks, so that's kind of why I wanted to put that in there. So take a look at what everybody else is reading. It's a great opportunity. If you don't have a book club, join a book club. If your kids aren't in a book club, join a book club with them. Do a mother-daughter, father-son, father-daughter, whatever. Get a book club going, and let's start chatting about some great books that are out there. I will. My guilty pleasure is the Outlander series. So I don't know if you can see that, but Outlander series, totally enthralled with the Scottish heritage. I'm reading the 7 Habits. You can't see that. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and Highly Effective Families. And one of my favorites, before you go speaking or go to school, make sure that your kids read Guts. It's a great, by Raina Telgemeier. I absolutely adore her as well. So there's my book talks for the time. Yep, Magic Treehouse, I love that. Dear America, oh, fantastic. Okay, I love it. All right, keep chatting in there, go ahead. So basically what we want to do is we want to talk a little bit about literacy. We want to talk a little bit about the PARP program. I want to share some of the things that have been going on with our literacy committee. We not only talk about PARP or Pick a Reading Partner, we actually are putting together a financial literacy program so that you will have a program in a box when you come back in November. I think we're looking to roll that out. We've done information literacy. So we've put together a program about that. And eventually, I'd like to see adult literacy and how we can combat illiteracy in our country. So definitely take a look at that. If you have any ideas, please email me at literacy@newyorkstatepta.org. Would love to hear from you. If you do a financial program, we'd love to take a look. If you do an information or a digital literacy program, let me know. And even if you haven't ever submitted your PARP program, if you do any kind of reading program at home during the school year, that is a PARP program. So let me just, clear up any misconceptions about that right now, and make sure that you share your great ideas, share your greatness. So we're going to talk a little bit about the why. We're going to talk about what is PARP for any of you that are new, and then we're going to talk about the how. So this is a really relatively easy way, and I'm just going to shut off my ringer. You guys are going to hear the Bills shout song, so that'll come up. So let's talk a little bit about why PARP. And like I said, my kids are grown and almost gone. One of my favorite memories is having my kids climb up on my lap and read a story. And they talk about that all the time. I have pictures of my kids, reading in the weirdest spots. I have, pictures of them when they were, 2 years old and couldn't necessarily read the words, but always had books available. So we definitely want to make sure that our families know how important it is to set aside that quiet time for reading. It definitely, the research is out there, really shows us we want to make sure that we give our kids information on a variety of topics. We want to make sure that we are helping them promote their language skills, their development, literacy skills. It raises your reading level. If you read a minimum of 20 minutes a day, your reading level is not going to go, what do we call it? The summer slide, right? Read 20 minutes a day with your kids. COVID, read 20 minutes a day with your kids. That's all you have to do. Definitely will also help increase attention span and promotes family relationships. I remember when my son was 16 and he decided that he did not like to read. And so we both downloaded the Pokemon Go and we went and, played Pokemon Go together. What a great way to develop a relationship. So go ahead and chat in your ideas. Renee, what did you want me to put in chat? So go ahead and chat in. Keep it going. Oh, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Carol, where are you when I need you? It's literacy@newyorkstatepta.org. All right, there it is. I got that in there. So how do you guys promote literacy? How do you promote reading in your schools? How do you promote your family relationships around reading? Go ahead and chat that in, and definitely want to keep this as interactive as possible. And I absolutely love this idea. The single most important activity for building the knowledge required for eventual success in reading is reading aloud to children. So when was the last time you read aloud to your child? And if you said, 3 days ago, last week, I can't remember, make sure that you're doing that every day. We want to encourage all of you, all of our families, to make sure that we're practice reading at home, and they need to hear that spoken language. They need to hear that vocabulary. They need to hear all of that great stuff that's out there. So definitely, take a look at some of the research that we have available. A lot of it is still very ingrained in me. I've been doing this a very long time. This is my in-person presentation, and at this point, I would say let's turn and talk. So we're going to turn and talk and chat. And I want you to go ahead and chat in, you know, what ideas do you have, or how do, so don't even think about PARP. Think about what reading requirements does your school have at home? So reading at home 20 minutes a night, do you fill out a log? Do you not have any reading? Go ahead and yeah, Doc, absolutely. Love the high school idea. I love the idea of going to the library and having a, you know, God forbid we're all healthy and we want to be back at school. Do a coffee chat, coffee book club, whatever. Your tween is giving you reading assignments. I love it. Bingo cards based on your library summer program, and that's it. Another thing, like the summer reading programs are out there. Your libraries are doing a great job. Your public libraries, if you can't get to your school library, get to your public library. Yep. Okay. Yeah, book talking, get them interested. Keep going, keep talking. Weekly library trips, I love it. Yep. Fantastic. All right, so while you guys are chatting that in, let's talk a little bit about the particulars of PARP. So PARP really, I mean, it used to stand for Pick a Reading Partner, or Parents as Reading Partners. We wanted to be all inclusive, so it was actually changed to Pick a Reading Partner. And really, I jumped on a call this morning and we were talking about family engagement. I'm like, family engagement, PARP is family engagement. It just has a literacy focus. So why not? Let's promote family literacy. We want to encourage reading as a habit. That 20 minutes every day, do you know that it takes 21 days to make a habit? So do your reading for 20, 25 minutes for 21 days and find out where that habit fits in with your routine. And then again, we want to make sure that we're providing opportunities for parents to learn ways to support their children's literacy development. So that's kind of what PARP is all about. So our mission statement, you can go ahead and read this. This is available, up on our website. But the main point is we want to develop that lifelong love of reading. We want to help you help your families. So some of our goals that we have here, I love that, Olivia. Modeling. Yes, absolutely. We want to instill a curiosity and love for reading. So what are you reading? I don't know. What are you reading? And having that conversation around books and, everything that where those books can take you. Ignite that enjoyment of reading. Does it matter what you read? No, not at all. Comic books, fact, fiction, sports, it doesn't matter. We want to make sure that no matter what you're reading, you're enjoying it. And that goes along with, and I'm sorry, I'm going back and forth to, I love the Epic Online. There's some great things out there now. It's just so exciting to see all of that. But expanding your kids' knowledge of books, why they're important, the literature, the genre types. If they're stuck in, not to say graphic novels, but if they're stuck in one genre, reach out with other different kinds of books. So great opportunity here. Turn and talk, we're going to just keep going. I just want to keep, what else does your library do? What do your reading teachers do? Your reading specialists, do they, put together a program at all? Do you guys do Read Across America? Do you do, any of those programs in your school? Go ahead and chat that in. I definitely want to see what you guys are doing. So, all right. So PARP is about setting your goals and meeting your goals. And no matter what, if you don't necessarily meet your goals, no matter what, your kids are reading, and probably reading more than they would have if you didn't do a PARP program. So when you start talking about setting your goals for your PARP program, you know, will you have all of your grades participate? Will you just do one grade at a time? Do you want to start from scratch and, you know, start with your, let's just say fourth graders. We're going to start with our fourth graders, then we're going to add on our third graders, then our second graders. So, you know, you can do it any which way you want. Length of program. I've seen programs anywhere from 2 weeks to 7 months. So what do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do? And how much energy do you have to do it? Your budget. Do you have money in your budget? Do you need money? Can you go out and get money? Can you get sponsors? Can you, you know, what does that look like? So take a look at that. And then the theme. And honestly, I feel like the theme is probably the best part. It offers the most fun. So take a look at, and I hate to say Pinterest, but take a look at Pinterest. Take a look at our the toolkit, the PARP toolkit online. You can see the last. There's a whole list of themes there, but you can see the last like 8 themes that have actually won the state award. So take a look. That will get you get your creative juices flowing. So take a look at that. And then your activities. You know, what are you going to do with, besides reading at home 20 minutes a day, which is really all that counts? Will you have a kickoff assembly? Will you have a party for all of those who meet their personal goal? Will you have another party where you meet your classroom goal? What about your school goal? Will you have certificates? Will you have prizes? It doesn't matter, but because honestly, in my opinion, reading is the prize, and falling in love with books. That's really kind of why we do this. So I just want to catch up in chat. Harry Potter and Kindle have it on Audible, so you read along with the Audible. You know, I've learned a lot listening to the Audible. Exactly, the narrative. I like the different characters. You know what? It's personal preference, but I think that counts as reading aloud. So I don't absolutely have a problem with that. I love that idea. Thanks for sharing that, April. All right, you need a team. I will tell you, it is no fun doing stuff by yourself. It is way more fun doing it with your friends, other parents, your librarians, your reading specialists, any community members. Walk around campus and with your mask on, and find that other person that has a book in their hand. You know, take a look around and find those people that are in your book club, or, you know, in your student book club, or, you know, whatever it is. Do you, you know, utilize the what is it? Battle of the Books. Has anybody done that in their schools? Talk to those kids and how fun that kind of stuff is. Generate excitement. All right, I just like this cute kid here. We talked about theme. Family events. We'll talk a little bit more about family events. Your faculty and staff, how do we get them involved? And a principal challenge, why not? Let's talk a little bit about, you know, if we meet our goal, what is your principal going to do? Is he or she going to read from the rooftop? Is she or he are you going to be able to slime them? Are you going to be able to, you know, kiss a pig? Or Sophia, somebody type in Battle of the Books. I know somebody out there. How many people are on this webinar? I know somebody out there knows what Battle of the Books is. Go ahead and chat that in. And if nobody answers it, I will at the end. All right, so the last few themes that won the state award, and last year you can see the Great Subway Reading Race. The entire program is available on the toolkit. So go up to New York State PTA and take a look at, under programs, under literacy, the PARP toolkit is available. And somebody said that they love their paper people. go ahead and print it all out so you can take a look and see what other people have done. Olivia, Carly, thank you very much for answering that. I have seen kids. It's kind of like a math bowl or an academic bowl, but it's with books, where a team of students read the same book, and then they go to another school and they get it's kind of like Jeopardy, where they each answer questions about the books, and they rack up points and all that good stuff. So Discover a New Universe with Books, that was 2018. Super Dodgers, I love the twist on the Dodge Elementary. So you're utilizing your school name, and then the Rocking, Reading, Rapping. I remember that one. That was a great one. And then, so talking a little bit about some of the events. I find that the most successful programs have a kickoff assembly. So you are, gathered together and like, I don't know what it's going to look like this year at all, but in the past, you have a kickoff assembly. Everyone gets their letter to go home, and they get excited about reading, and they get excited about, logging their minutes, and, are we going to, decorate our hallways? Are we going to decorate the classrooms? Are we going to, put all of our book ideas outside? Yep, April, I love that too. Perfect. Book bracket, right? March Madness for books. Evening programs. Do you do, a family literacy night? Do you invite your librarian in? Do you, or your public library? How about a book fair or a book swap, or, any way to get different books into the hands of kids? And I think a couple of my favorites are, for the older ones, where it's you wrap up the book and it's like speed dating with books. There's some great ideas, like I said, out there on Pinterest. How about your guest readers? Do you have people in your community that can come in and, I go to a school and I go to different rooms, and, one of the rooms had the local baseball mascot, reading. He wasn't reading, his handler was reading aloud. The principal was reading aloud in another room. The cafeteria lady, who all the kids adore, was reading in the other room. So being able to go to different stations and listen to a story and maybe do a craft, about that story, or, watch a movie about that book. Author visits are always phenomenal. And I will tell you, I don't necessarily like to pay for travel. I would much rather have a Skype author visit. They're phenomenal. And a lot of authors do it for free. So take a look at some of your favorite authors and go to their website and see if they'll Skype for free. And then awards, are you going to award everyone? Are you going to award, just the kids that participate? What does that look like for you in your school? And again, it's definitely, we have some ideas and guidelines in the toolkit, but it's personal preference. It's kind of whatever fits in your school. And then your community. And this, I definitely see successful programs will involve their community. They're the local public library, a local bookstore. How about your Kiwanis or Rotary? They are amazing groups that will come in to school or after school, maybe read with a buddy kind of group. Maybe kids don't get that support at home, where they don't necessarily, get read to at home. So, geez, maybe have a book buddy in school, out of school, after school, whatever works. And really, the PARP program, it's whatever works. And then your faculty and staff. And I will say, who do we talk about in the beginning? When you're modeling, when you're reading and your kids can see you read, how about your teachers? How about your faculty? When we do deer time in our school, does everybody drop everything and read? So your lunch ladies, your, cafeteria monitors, your principal, everybody picks up a book and reads. So how cool is that to involve them? What about putting up a little poster on the outside of the door that says, I am currently reading, ask me about it, and put the cover of the book, outside there. How cool is that? I always, whenever I walked into schools, that was like one of my, oh, you're reading that? Oh my God, I love that, it's an instant connection. And that's how, one of the greatest ways to connect with somebody is talking about books. So guest readers, book talking, having somebody do a book talk over the announcement every morning so that kids can hear about new books every day. Do videotape, have the librarian do it, have your kids do it, whatever, it works. Mystery readers, I love those. Principal challenge, community guests, we talked a little bit about that. In the toolkit, there is, over 100 pages of ideas for letters, for calendars, for your PARP contract. Have your kids and your families sign that, yes, they will, pledge to read 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes a day, every day during PARP. Activity sheets, invitations. There's so much stuff in there that I wish I could count how many hits that page gets specifically. And if you have any questions, you can't find it, let me know. I'd be more than happy to walk you through it. Advertising. Think about how you advertise anything and everything in your school. What is the best way to get that information home? Typically, it's, print. And April, you split the author cost. That is phenomenal. And if you go to BOCES, they will also help you split that cost. Your screen is still on, PARP is. I'm sorry. I thought I was showing the, hello, here I am, all excited. Come on. What am I doing? All right, where am I? I'm on the advertise. I'm on advertise. I don't know where you are. Come on. Am I not showing the right? Hold on. It's not paying any attention to me. All right, I'm just going to leave it like this. I thought I have the slideshow on this screen. All right, I'll leave it there. Sorry. All right, keep going. All right, so the presentation will be available up on our website after, so you can take a look then. All right, so letters that go home, do you do backpack mail? Do you do emails? Do your teachers send out? Do you use Schoology? What is it that you, yeah, I know. Thanks, Joanne. Thanks for helping me now. Social media, if you tweet out anything that has to do with literacy at your school or reading at your school, could you do hashtag New York State PTA PARP? I want to see that blow up in the next year or so. Definitely want to get that up and running. And then as the Genesee Valley PARP chair, I do have a Facebook page. Take a look at some of the stuff that I post. Feel free to repost it on your PTA page or your personal page. Feel free to share stuff with me as well. It's all about sharing and getting ideas. This is how do we get our kids excited about reading? Any other ideas about how to advertise? Go ahead and chat that in. How do you guys get that word out? And then, yeah, this is, Carol, I should have let you do this. What am I doing? And then the biggest thing is to celebrate. Actually, I could probably just do this. No, that's fine. Hi. The biggest thing is celebrating. celebrate your victory, celebrate, you know, how many times you've done your PARP program, you know, how exciting is it? Read Across America. There's so many things. If you went and Googled, thanks, Carol. If you go and Google like a literacy calendar, there's something every month that you could celebrate around reading. And, you know, hook into a theme like that. I actually have 3 of the submissions for this year for the contest. And I am so thrilled with some of the themes and what people have come up with and how they tie literacy into teaching and learning and everything, you know, everything that goes on in your school. So definitely take a look at what we have there. And then we ask, you know, when you're at the end of your program, we ask that you evaluate your program, because really, how do we know that we reached our goal? We don't know if we don't look back and say, yeah, we could have done this better, or, you know, this happened or that happened, or, you know what, we met our goal, we crushed our goal, whatever. So what worked, what didn't, you know, do you send out a survey? Is the only survey I have or I know about is SurveyMonkey. If there's anything else out there, go ahead and chat that in. I would love to, you know, hear all your different ideas as well. And then, you know, go back to your committee, your PARP committee, whether it's, you know, you and your sister or your mother, because that's usually how it happens. Your parents, your teachers, ask your students, you know, did they have fun? Was it good? What did they read? How many books did they read? How many minutes did they read? It definitely is a great way to help you get better. And then I just, recognition, you know, good, bad, indifferent, however you feel about recognition, the number one thing is to thank your volunteers. You thank people that participate, you thank people that, you know, stood out there, you know, in the rain and handed out stuff in the pickup line, or who decorated a door, or, you know, whatever, made all those copies to send that information home. It's really, really important to thank your volunteers. And then, you know, making sure that you're getting those school staff members, they love, you know, a little note in their mailbox with I'm chocolate, I'm all about chocolate. Just send me a note with a piece of chocolate on it and I'm good. Community members, you know, love that as well. Reach out, all of your special guests. Even the dog that you guys, you know, read to. I love the special dogs that come in. And then the number 8 thing at the end is send your program in. And you send your program to your region director, and that needs to get to your region director by June 15th. And then your region will choose which program they want to go on to state and be judged at the state level. And so your region director has to send that on by July 15th. And notice I don't put any years here. It never changes. It's June 15th and it's July 15th. And I'm working very hard on getting out of the 18th century and pulling us kicking and screaming so that you can actually submit your entire application and program online. So I'm working on it. We'll get there, I swear. And then the PTA winner for the state award is usually announced the beginning of September, but we celebrate you at the convention. So definitely would love to celebrate with all of you. So make sure that you get that in. And then any questions about that? Any questions about the website, the toolkit? Has anybody clicked on that to go take a look? And I can go after I'm done with this, we can go take a look and I'll show you. It's pretty amazing. Some of the area resources, you know, do you have a local bookstore? Do they do a summer reading program? Barnes and Noble, Book It program, Chuck E. Cheese, Pottery Barn, Scholastic. I know they started to do virtual fairs. Read to Succeed. I mean, even, some of the restaurants are getting into it. The Chipotle. I'd probably eat there and read my book at the same time. But there's a whole list of resources available in the toolkit as well. So, don't necessarily just think that it's just this. And if you have a resource, please share it, please send it, and, let me know that, I know Six Flags, our Darien Lake used to do it. So there's a lot of places that will support you and your program, your literacy program, as long as it has to do with reading. It's all good. And then this Read for My School is still available. I don't think that it's something that we are currently collaborating with them on, but definitely take a look at Read for My School. Some people were asking about fundraising, virtual fundraising programs. Could you think of anything better than to, read minutes or book pages and get paid for it? Reading dogs, for service dogs. They banned the service animals. All right, that's not good. All right, and there's a checklist in your toolkit. It is, take a look. What does our length look like? What do our dates look like? Our budget, we definitely need a budget here. Committee, theme, publicity, decorations. We did everything here for you. You don't, oh my gosh, you partner with the book fairies to do a book drive. Beautiful. I love it. See the big red, bold, write up and submit PARP program to region director or PARP chair by June 15th. And then the region winners are due to the state by July 15th. So it's definitely a two-step process. If you want to submit your program, but you don't want it judged, go ahead and send it. We'd love to hear from you. Great ideas. You might end up in the toolkit. And then take a look at the toolkit. Go back kind of through chat. I touched on a little bit of it. My contact information is there. That is my cell. Feel free to text me. And that is the literacy at newyorkstatepta.org is my official email address. And then any questions, feel free to do that in chat. And again, one of my favorite poems here, sayings, you may have tangible wealth untold, caskets of jewels and coffers of gold, richer than I, you can never be. I had my mother read to me. I love it. So I'm gonna go and open up the PARP toolkit, and I'll just show you quick what that looks like. So if you go to New York State PTA home and you go to programs and you go to literacy, this is where all of the programs are, which you saw awards and recognitions at 1 o'clock. You saw arts and reflections at 2 o'clock. And here we are, literacy at 3 o'clock. So you just go to the pick a reading partner, and it kind of goes through kind of, what is pick a reading partner? Pretty much everything we just talked about. And then Carol, we got to talk about this. So the 2020 program award winner, that'll be up in September. So that'll be fun. But this is the 2019. This is the one that I was talking about, the Great Subway Reading Race. It was amazing. You definitely have to take a look and see what they did. And don't get, I know you look at this and go, oh my gosh, I could never do that. You'd be surprised. Absolutely surprised. And then this is the Pick a Reading Partner Toolkit, and it basically is Google Docs or PDFs that you can download and print. You can download the whole thing. Some of the resources, again, are phenomenal. All of the different winners from the last few years. And then I love the forms that are already up there, the activities. So take a look. Would love to, hear your feedback. And then definitely take a look at some of the literacy resources that we have available. Early childhood, elementary, middle, high school. And I know somebody had specifically mentioned high school. So, take a look at some of the things that we have for high schoolers, not necessarily, how to run a PARP program for high schoolers, but I think there are plenty of librarians or reading specialists out there that would, love to throw out their ideas. And then I definitely would take a look at some of the literacy resources. And then I will say that the National PTA has a new reading program. And I don't think a lot of people kind of know about this. I remember Riff, okay? Who else remembers Riff from like way back? Yes, they are still around. So it doesn't have to be National Reading Month to host a PTA family reading experience. So take a look and see, what they have here. It might even help you to do your PARP program. You might actually do both. So there's some phenomenal information here. And there's so much available that it's a little sometimes overwhelming, but feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. All right, what kind of questions? Did I miss anything in here? I love the March Madness. That's a great idea where you vote. And if you haven't chatted in, Artemis Fowl, was the book better? Book better than the movie? Magic Tree House, Land of Stories. Oh, look at you guys. See? You love Land of Stories. Yeah, Doc, I would love to see what you do with the high school. Bingo cards. You guys are amazing. Go ahead and chat in your ideas. Come on. Make me feel the love. And I actually I live in upstate New York, and I will tell you, there is a phenomenal program in Geneva called Geneva Reads, and they donate books to kids. And I wish I could have that model out everywhere. That if you Google Geneva Reads, go take a look. It's an amazing organization, and really all they do is promote literacy for their local kids. All right, what else? What kind of questions do we have? All right, I got one person excited. Woo! No, that's it. Come on. What kind of questions? Tell me what your PARP program is going to look like if we're virtual. I want to hear it. Kids reading at home with their families. You're videotaping it. You're putting it up on Schoology. Somebody puts together a Google form where you type in your minutes. I think it's doable, because really it's all about reading at home with your families. So I'm like 5 minutes early. So I can sit here and read to you, or we can just use the facilities and say goodbye and good luck. And there you go. It's all about getting out there on social media. Having your principal reading aloud, some of that stuff out there is absolutely amazing. And who's on here? Where is she? All right, I won't call her out then. She's not even here. All right, so I just wanted to say thank you for joining me today for PARP and Pick a Reading Partner program. And if you have any questions, again, feel free to email me at literacy@newyorkstatepta.org. Would love to hear from you. Thank you. Go Bills!